March 6, 1944, 23,000 feet over Germany. A lone B-17 Flying Fortress tail gunner did the unthinkable. Military doctrine said defend. Training said wait. Logic said don't provoke 12 Messerschmitt Bf 109s. But Staff Sergeant Michael Donovan believed in one rule: hit first, hit hard, hit unexpected. This is the untold WWII story of how a single gunner destroyed 12 German fighters in 4 minutes, created a shockwave of fear across the Luftwaffe, and rewrote air combat tactics forever. 23,000 feet above Germany, the air is thin, the temperature is 40 below zero, and the sky vibrates with the roar of 4 Wright Cyclone engines. The B-17 Flying Fortress, Red Angel, pushes forward in tight formation, its aluminum skin trembling under the strain of enemy territory. Inside the tail section sits a man who has seen this moment far too many times, Staff Sergeant Michael Donovan, 23 years old, raised on the streets of South Boston, known for fists that solved problems faster than words ever could. Today, those fists grip dual .50 caliber Brownings. And before him, like a gathering of steel vultures, 12 Messerschmitt Bf 109s form up for attack. The usual rules for a tail gunner were simple. Wait. Defend. Conserve ammunition. Hit only when the enemy commits. Donovan never liked simple rules. The intercom crackles. Tail, fighters at 6 o'clock low. 12 of them. Hold your fire. The formation lead wants discipline. Wants coordination. Wants predictability. But Donovan sees something else, a moment of vulnerability. The Germans are forming a perfect line abreast approach, preparing to climb into firing position. That small window, that half-minute of preparation, is all he needs. To most gunners, firing early is suicide. It wastes ammo. It reveals position. It provokes return fire. To Donovan, firing early means taking control. He squeezes the triggers. The Brownings roar alive, the tail of the B-17 shaking with violent vibration. The tracers streak out into the vast sky, bright lines cutting into the formation. The German pilots are stunned. He's not supposed to fire yet. He's not even supposed to reach that far. Tail gunners are defensive, aren't they? But Donovan's goal isn't accuracy. His first aim is disruption. The Bf 109 formation breaks, scattering into evasive maneuvers. Their synchronized attack, so deadly when executed perfectly, collapses before it even begins. In those seconds, Donovan has done something unheard of. He has taken the offensive from the most vulnerable seat in the aircraft. And the Germans suddenly don't know what he'll do next. 2 fighters panic and peel upward to reset their approach. A third pulls too hard and stalls. Donovan swings his guns, tracking the wobbling aircraft. Short burst. Tracers bite into the right wing. Black smoke pours instantly. The 109 drops out of the sky. 1. Another fighter, confused by the unorthodox assault, overshoots the B-17 entirely. Donovan twists and unleashes 1,000 rounds per minute. The fighter erupts like a matchstick in the wind. 2. The intercom explodes with disbelief. Tail, what the hell are you doing? Engaging, Donovan replies simply. The remaining fighters no longer look like hunters. They look like prey caught in their own mistakes. Donovan fires again, not to hit, but to control the battlefield. Every burst forces the Germans to react. Every tracer demands their attention. Every aggressive move rewrites the unwritten rule that bombers must wait for death to arrive. A fourth fighter dives too low, misjudges the B-17's speed, and Donovan clips its radiator. White vapor spills out. The aircraft spirals downward. 3. 2 fighters try a pincer movement. Donovan ignores the one behind and aims for the second, because eliminating one disrupts both. His bullets rake across the cockpit. The 109 disintegrates. 4. German pilots begin shouting warnings over their radios. Der Schütze im Heck ist verrückt. The tail gunner is insane. Fear spreads faster than fire. No Luftwaffe pilot trained for a tail gunner who attacks at maximum range, who fires aggressively, who refuses to let fighters dictate the pace of battle. Aggression creates uncertainty. Uncertainty creates mistakes. Mistakes create kills. Donovan's guns hammer again. Another 109 pulls too sharp a turn, and loses its wing. 5. 2 more appear behind him, perfect firing solution. But Donovan doesn't wait. He fires as they set up. 1 flinches away. The second hesitates half a second too long. His cockpit erupts. 6. The pilot of Red Angel calls out over the intercom, his voice shaking. We've never seen anything like this, keep going, Donovan. The once organized 109s now behave like a scattered flock. Some dive. Some climb. Some attempt long-range potshots. None want to get close. Donovan reloads belts with frozen fingers, breath fogging his mask. He fires again. 7. 8. 9. The sky becomes a graveyard of smoke trails and falling aircraft. Other B-17 crews watch in awe as Donovan transforms the weakest position on a bomber into the most terrifying. 3 109s remain. They regroup for one last attack, furious and desperate. The lead fighter charges in with guns blazing. Donovan doesn't flinch. He waits until the last possible moment, then fires a perfectly timed burst that shreds the engine block. 10. The 11th tries to dive under the bomber, the classic blind spot attack. Donovan anticipated it minutes ago. He dips elevation, leads the target, fires a sustained burst. The fighter explodes beneath the tail. 11. The last German makes one pass, realizes he's alone, realizes he's facing a demon in the tail, and flees. Donovan fires a final burst that clips the fuselage. Smoke pours out. The 109 drops, disappearing through the clouds. 12. 4 minutes. 12 kills. 1 gunner who refused to follow the script. Back at base, the U.S. Army Air Forces don't know whether to reprimand Donovan for violating protocol, or rewrite the entire protocol around him. They choose the second. Donovan is assigned to train bomber gunners. He teaches them not to be defenders, but offensive intimidators. Within 6 months, bomber losses drop 15%. Fighter attack patterns change. German pilots begin identifying aggressive tail gunners as priority threats. 300 gunners trained by Donovan save over 3,000 B-17 crewmen. The boy from South Boston becomes a living legend. He never called himself a hero. He never bragged about 12 kills. He simply said, "If you want to live, make the enemy fear you first." Donovan's doctrine spread beyond the B-17. Beyond the Air Force. Beyond WWII. Modern aerial gunnery still teaches the core principle he proved true in the freezing skies over Germany. Survival belongs to the aggressor. 1 man. 4 minutes. 12 destroyed fighters. And a tactic that reshaped air combat forever.